and what we need to do to make sure our schools are achieving what they need to achieve for our children. That is the objective of the schools. They are there for our kids and making sure that they are educating our kids so they can go on to college or careers and have the skill set to compete. And then making sure we have put in place a type of system both with the city budget and its legacy costs, so people understand that we're living within our means and people have confidence in our city. All three of those add up. Public safety, education, our budget, they all add up to the fact that we will give people a sense that we're attacking our future, dealing with the issues of our future, no longer putting them off to the side, and meeting the challenges. And if we do that successfully as a city, people will have the confidence to invest in this city, create businesses here, jobs here, just like the small businesses and the leaders of the small businesses I see here. Now, for too long, we've had a division between big businesses and small businesses. I want to erase that. Now, there are some places, like on procurement, where we're going to bring reforms. Because for too long, big businesses have had advantages. For too long. And if you bring the type of simplification, standardization to the procurement processes, then small businesses compete. But if big businesses are doing well, they will be working with small businesses and asking them to participate in designing and taking on new projects. And if small businesses are vibrant, big businesses will also succeed. And we have to not have a division between our downtown and our neighborhood. As I said in the campaign, while we have the Magnificent Mile in Little Village, we have two Magnificent Miles. Creates the second largest amount of retail sales for the city of Chicago outside of the Magnificent Mile is in Little Village. And we're going to start marketing that. There is no doubt the Magnificent Mile is magnificent. But if you drive down in Little Village, those two wonderful miles, we have more than one good mile when it comes to retail in the city of Chicago. And it has been a story that people from Columbus, Ohio to Minneapolis, Minnesota know about. And our job as a city and the job of the mayor is to make sure that that story that people in other neighborhoods know about and come to in the spring and summer to buy, know about that two magnificent miles, and we begin to market a great part of the city. And that's what I mean. We will no longer allow the divisions between big business and small business to be a strategy. We're one city. When small businesses grow, big businesses succeed. When big businesses add jobs, small businesses add jobs. And there will no longer be a division between the Magnificent Mile and the two great Magnificent Miles we have in the Little Village. Now, I want to also add one other thing. There is no doubt we're going to bring reforms top and bottom through our educational system, our public safety, our cultural life. But as I said earlier when I talked about, and there'll be reforms to the procurement process because I think that's essential for minority-owned and women-owned businesses. Everything we do is important to seizing our future. If we have the sense of confidence that we're attacking these problems and tackling them, people will have confidence in this city because other cities are trying to postpone those tough decisions. But nothing to me is more important than turning around our schools. Now, normally I would come here and just talk about business. But your bottom line is going to be affected by our public schools and our capacity to educate. We all know it. We couldn't be in this room if it wasn't for two things. One, the love of our parents. And two, that we had a good education. Now, in our high schools, we graduate 53% of our high school kids, 47% drop out. But when you lift the hood on those numbers, among African American males, we have a 40% graduation rate. Among Hispanic males, we have a 42% graduation rate. If you took those data points out, our graduation rate goes north of 60%. So while we have a graduation and dropout problem, it's concentrated among minority men. I need you involved. My job is to get quality principals who will be held accountable for what goes on in those buildings, and give them both the resources and the authority to do what they need to do. My job is to get quality teachers in the classroom capable of teaching a core curriculum, so when they're in 4th grade, 6th grade, or 8th grade, or freshman, or sophomore, we know what they're learning regardless of what part of the city they are. But I cannot achieve this goal if parents and community leaders in respective communities are not involved in pushing our educational reform. We will never, ever succeed. I can balance a budget, but if 53% of our kids are only graduating high school, it doesn't matter how long I balance that budget. We'll reduce violent crime in our city with a coordinated and thoughtful strategy on reducing crime. But if we don't move that needle on graduation rates, I've done nothing. So I need you, and I'm challenging you, while the normal process in this conversation is to talk about the reforms as it directly relates to your business. I got that. I'm comfortable with that. That's obvious. And we'll have that discussion. But I'm challenging you. Do not think that the educational problem is secondary to your bottom line. It's important to the parents of those children. It's important to the neighborhood where that school is based. And ultimately, it's important to this city. And as leaders in the business community, and clearly stand-up leaders in the Hispanic business community, you have an obligation, and I know you know it seriously, so I'm not lecturing on this, to help us as a city turn those numbers around. If we are successful in dropping or improving, that's another way to see it, the graduation rate from 42% to 52%, you have no idea how much business this city will get, where people will begin to invest, move regional offices, move headquarters in our city. Now, it doesn't directly affect your bottom line. But I know I'm saying to the converted, it will catch up with your bottom line. I'm asking you, we'll talk about the reforms. I want you to be partner in those reforms, because as we clean up and change the way we do business, your businesses will directly succeed. But the spirit of reform will affect also the way we do our educational system. Because from our fiscal and business and budgetary issues, to our schools, to our public safety, to our cultural life, they all add up to one thing, that we're the most exciting city dealing with our future, so people want to invest here, raise a family here, start a business here, or add jobs here. And I look forward to a future where you are an instrumental part of the administration in looking to our future, one city, one future, with a single mind. Thank you, and God bless you.